Yeah.
All right. So let's see how this page goes. Gonna see if this one goes a little bit smoother. Hopefully.
Not saying no source. Yeah. No, it's a device not connected. So. Are we? There we go.
Gotta love
All right.
OBS.
Yeah, sorry about that. OBS totally just decided it didn't see my mic. And now I'm probably really loud. Hold on. Okay, well, we are now back to working. Looking on. Oh.
Yeah, it looks right.
Ooh-wee. Ah, cool.
What's up?
I need to restart my computer.
Oh, fun.
The my Cintiq is confused. It's happening every now and then where it doesn't have the mouse or the cursor on that screen, but it's still controlled. It's on the other screen.
Yep.
Ugh. All right. Oh, hello, viewer. I'll be back. I have to restart everything. Sorry about this. But, you know, technical difficulties are going to difficult.
Heck of a way to start a stream. Unfortunate. But we'll be back up and running at full steam here soon enough.
Yeah. Soon enough. Okay, here we go. to you.
Yep. I can hear you.
Yes. All right. So, everything up. And let's use the mic this time. Good.
Good to see you, Taxi.
Hi, Taxi.
Hope you're well. Not much up today. I'm just trying to stay awake while I'm working.
You tired?
I'm pretty tired today, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm feeling more confident with my lines, so that's a nice change of pace.
All right. We are back. Now we can start. Good grief. Happens from time to time, I guess.
Did we get hit with snow, or will we get hit with snow soon? No, I don't think we got anything on the forecast for snow on our side.
Yeah. I don't think so.
Haven't heard anything. Honestly, I'm ready for not cold weather anymore.
Yeah, considering your bedrooms.
Yeah, I'm enjoying sleeping in my bed again after not for like 2 months. You got snow on your side there, Taxi? How much? Is it like a whole heaping lot, or is it just a little bit?
Oh, look at this. The cursor's over here this time. There we go. Let's draw. Whee!
Like last year, December amount?
Her arms is really weirdly long. I've been noticing I did that a couple of times. Her arm, her shoulder should also really broad. Her shoulder should be right there. Right there. So let's actually redesign the line here.
Almost all of it disappeared, then it just came back. Dang. That's got to be kind of annoying. I guess it depends.
Like this. Yeah, that looks better. Oh, okay. Yes, welcome back, person watching. Sorry about the technical difficulties. We are continuing working on this here comic. Good grief. How long that arm is, that is not correct. What was I doing when I was penciling this? Even this is too long.
I actually want to bring that thumb in closer.
Bring this up. So. Okay. Good grief. That.
If you found $20 on the ground, would you take a 30% risk of doubling it? And if it fails, the $20 would burn up. But if you don't, you stay with the $20. So in other words, are you a gambler or not? I would probably just take the $20 and get a burrito with it or something.
Yeah. $2.
Don't look a gift horse in the mouth and all that.
Just $20.
$20, yeah.
It was like, 1,000%. Then, yeah, I take that risk of it just burning up. Oh, darn. Didn't get, $20,000 or whatever.
Yeah. But for like $40 overall.
Cost me the $20 that I found for free.
Actually, funny enough, I think I do remember doing that because there was a when I was younger, we would drive past a McDonald's and we never ate there. But I remember going there once and enjoying it. I kept trying to convince my mom for like a month to go there every time we'd drive past it. Never did.
The McDonald's?
Yeah, the one actually not too the one that I not too far. Actually, I don't even think it's there anymore.
No, are you talking about like the play place?
Yeah,
Or whatever.
yeah,
Yeah, that's not been there forever.
yeah.
I don't think that there was one. Yeah, we used to go to those actually fairly often. But by like 2000 or 2001, we'd really stopped going to McDonald's altogether. Because it was just like, oh, this isn't good for us.
Yeah.
Plus, Mom's burgers were better. Like, burgers from home are better.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Because you get to, like, put all everything you want. So, make it really good. I know they're like, oh, yeah, and you can have it your way or whatever. But, nah.
I'm always like surprised by how little food you actually get at a fast food joint.
Well, it's cheap.
Yeah.
I mean, also it's they're trying to be health conscious.
I mean, I can eat less dirt than more dirt. Doesn't necessarily mean I'm eating healthier.
Well, proportions do go a long way, I think.
That's true.
You can eat anything you want. Just depends on how much of it are you eating, really.
Actually, I do remember watching I don't even remember when I watched it. I think I was in high school at some point, of a guy basically kind of doing a follow-up to the documentary Super Size Me, where he talks kind of about that. He's like, it doesn't really talk about how much proportions play a factor. And so he actually did an experiment where he...
Yeah, it does. Have you ever seen Super Size?
Yeah, but like...
He goes into, like, the supersized meal. Like, you could get a supersized meal, and it was absolutely massive and ridiculous.
Yeah, but what this other guy is saying is basically, if you actually watch like your calorie intake, that kind of thing, and your proportions, it's like what you're saying, like that. It's not just the food; it's how much you're eating.
Yeah,
and just nutrients awareness and all that. Calorie awareness.
You can eat just about anything you want. You just have to have it in small proportions, like, and depending on how you are, how your body responds to certain foods. If you gain a lot of weight easily by eating ice cream, eat a really small portion of ice cream once a week or whatever. You just have to manage it.
Have I ever just wanted secret sauce from a place? Not really. Secret sauce is never really. Well, okay.
Secret sauce is just mayo and
Yeah, I mean just regular secret sauce. But there is a place. There's a local place that makes really good hot sauce for like burritos and stuff like that. And I would totally buy that stuff if it was available.
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
That's
like if people buy Chick-fil-A sauce, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But yeah, as far as like any of the like big like Chick-fil-A sauce or the whole Szechuan craze or whatever,
which was like ketchup and others. Like it wasn't.
it was like ranch and buffalo wing sauce or something like that.
Yeah.
Some people theorize, which makes sense.
And the whole reason that happened was stupid Rick and Morty.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, people. Go lower its spin.
So yeah, as far as any of that goes, though, there's no real. I mean, for one thing, we hardly eat fast food, so I don't ever have it. But the times that I have, there's never been anything that's been like, oh yeah, I really want that. Usually, it just ends up being disappointing. Anyway, I remember I got hot mustard at Panda Express once. That was so disappointing. That was
yeah, because like, you've had real.
I've had legit hot mustard, and I like that stuff. And so I was like, oh sweet, hot mustard, and I have it. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me, really?
Hot mustard is supposed to blow your head off.
Yeah, it's great.
You're supposed to like turn red and go.
Feel like you're alive.
Yeah, or like in Zatoichi, that there's an episode where he has mustard.
Oh yeah.
There's a movie where he has mustard, and the guy serving it is like, "Are you sure you want that much? It's really hot." And he's like, "Oh, I like it that way." And he takes a bite, and it's just like almost too much for him to handle. But he's like, "Yeah, that's enough."
Yeah, I think I like the way he puts it. He's like, "I like a little." I can't remember what he was eating.
Yeah, it was. Fish.
Yeah, I like but the way he puts it, I like a little fish with my hot mustard.
Yeah, it's something like, or eel or whatever, you know, something traditional Japanese.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Something you learned: a chicken nugget is 59 calories, while a grape is only 3. So one chicken nugget is as many as calories as 20 grapes. Yeah, I mean, meat, you're gonna get a lot more calorie dense.
Heck yeah,
calorie density out of meat.
And it's the breading and stuff like that.
Yeah. But yeah, no, definitely meat's always gonna have more calories.
So it's to get those proteins.
Dang it! Now I want Chinese and hot mustard. Maybe I'll get some next week or something. Actually, speaking of that red sauce though, that sauce I really like, I've got a thing of it waiting in the fridge. I always get a little bit of extra and try to save it. So I'm gonna be putting that on some burritos tonight.
Ooh, burritos! Heck yeah! You know, some burritos. Hey, guess what? We're talking about food again. We must be a couple of hungry guys.
Yep.
I know I always am. I don't want to be hungry. Like, I have to be like eating every 2 hours or something. But like ultimately have like 5,000 calories.
Good grief.
Yeah, like I won't be hungry if I have 5,000 calories in a day.
That's kind of crazy, I'm not gonna lie. That's like entry-level bodybuilding diet.
Yeah, and I make it all muscle. I'm like, oh, time to squat, which I need to do. Actually, I need to do some squats and deadlifts.
Actually, I need to get back into working out as well.
But I'm not eating 5,000 calories because it's expensive.
Yeah.
It's a lot of food.
That is a lot of food, my word.
Very tasty. Very tasty. A lot of rice. A lot of bagels. Dried fruit. Stuff like that.
Oh shoot, I just realized I need to invent a symbol. I can technically do it later, but I'll need to come up with something.
Like something for your curriculum?
No, for the story. I was trying to find. I was trying to see if there was a specific, like, way of in Braille doing thank you as like a singular or maybe like composite word, or symbol, but I couldn't find anything that I needed. So I'm just gonna invent it.
Why not?
Did you see the Braille alphabet I sent you though?
Yeah.
Actually, let me bring that up for people.
Alternative
really
to
cool.
Braille.
Yeah, alternative. It's ILIA or something like that. I'll show people here.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah, here it is. So this is a oh, it's flipped. Alternative Braille script for people. So, really wish I had seen this like a year ago.
Yeah, I didn't even think about suggesting that alternative script.
Yeah.
I mean, I've kind of forgotten that there were.
Yeah, I didn't even think about it because I always just learned about regular Braille, which I learned actually in my research was actually originally designed for soldiers, for French soldiers, so that they could read without a light source, to not give their position away. Yeah, I thought that was really interesting. At that time, it was called like Night Script or something like that. It wasn't by Braille. It wasn't the actual guy who invented Braille for sightless reading. But yeah, I thought that was really interesting. I was like, oh wow.
So what does it look anything like?
Yeah. So yeah, the original military use, it's actually 12 dots, I think. And then when Braille came along, he did 6 dots because it was easier to put one finger over.
Yeah.
It's easier to track. I have a cool idea for design. Create 2 small circles that are close to each other but aren't touching, and then make an oval that connects both circles.
Okay.
Kind of like binoculars. Or a goofy clown face.
Yeah.
Muppet.
We start here. That's Goofy Clown Face.
Goofy clown face. I might be able to work something like that. I'll think about it. Oh, was it now?
What?
Taxi's trying to get me to draw unspeakable things. I was curious if you were trying to do something like that, Taxi. But no, I'm not going to draw something like that.
You'll get us demonetized, Taxi.
Oh, no.
Actually, so Susan has stepped down.
Yeah, so I doubt
But, I
anything's
mean-
gonna change, but
Well,
yeah. So,
But it's just interesting that has finally happened.
yeah, we'll see what happens. To be honest, I kind of doubt that she was the one sitting there wringing her hands, like, "Oh yes,
no,
you
no,
know, I'm going to make things miserable or whatever."
Not
So,
purposefully miserable. They were
yeah.
trying to, do what they thought was best for their own company and whatnot.
Well, but even I don't know, like,
Agreed.
I know that she's the CEO, but like, it's not like she's the one programming the algorithm or things like that.
Oh,
you
no.
know? So there's just so many more factors that play into it. Who knows? Maybe the new CEO will be a big fan of streaming and will start actually building systems in place for easier searching and whatnot.
Yeah, it's kind of mind-boggling that doesn't exist.
Yeah, especially if they're going to be competing with Twitch and
Yeah.
all that.
Like, oh yeah, we got streaming, but you can't go to a specific streaming area to search for people who look like they're interesting streaming.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I checked out the live, like the stream section or whatever, and it's pitiful. There's like
It is.
nothing there.
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah. So we'll see.
That we will.
I will say one of the biggest issues that's actually keeping, especially people who have a lot to lose as far as their channels go, is that there was an issue. I remember hearing about an issue from someone where basically they were streaming and bots came in, spamming garbage.
Yeah.
And basically the not just the stream, the channel got struck. And I think like struck 3 times in a row. So boom.
For bots?
For bots, yeah. And someone reached out and was like, "Hey, like what's up?" And it wasn't, the most comforting response in terms of, the safety of the channel and all that. So a lot of people have been like, yeah, I think I'm gonna not. I'm gonna just stick to Twitch because at least that won't happen, So, yeah, some changes are gonna need to happen if they plan.
Yeah,
on
don't punish me for your own lack of security. Google.
Yeah, seriously.
Or YouTube.
So that is something to be aware of going forward.
Yeah, I've only had bots once.
I've had them a couple times, and they're easy enough to take care of, but we're still pretty small, so that's nice.
Yeah.
Hopefully, they'll actually just make a robust better system to negate that. Like they should. But we'll see. Let's see. As a teacher, how mean so strict are you? 1 out of 10. If 1 is like super strict and 10 is like not too bad, I'd say I'm like, I try to be in the middle, I would say. Not too strict, not too lenient, but I would say I'm probably more at like a 7. I'm pretty dang lenient. I have been trying to be a little bit more on point because some kids, you know, take advantage of leniency and need to learn to be responsible. It's part of growing up. And then he also asks you, Joel, how good of a janitor you are. 1 to 10.
I'm the best. I'm such a good janitor. Such a good janitor. I dust those cobwebs and clean the mirrors, play the drums. Oh wait. Change the light bulbs when the light bulb need to be changed. So on and so forth. Inform people that toilets aren't working as well as they should be, and they're stinky.
Fun.
Clean up the hideous messes that people leave behind because they drink too much coffee.
Oh, yeah.
But it's okay. I've got gloves.
Thank goodness for gloves. Man, whoever said I want socks for my hands is a hero.
You know, that is a good question. When were gloves like invented and for what purpose?
Yeah, imagine they've been around for a while.
Well, yeah. No, we're talking like thousands of years.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
were they first invented as a means of keeping hands warm or protecting hands during work? Because you never hear about like the Egyptians wearing gloves when they were doing things.
I mean, I imagine gloves would be kind of tricky to make. Well, you can wear them, though. So
People were expert.
Yeah.
Tailors. Like Uzi. the Iceman
Oh yeah,
found,
yeah,
and the way his stuff was waterproof,
yeah.
and it was all like leather and fur, and it was
Hmm.
sewn and
Yeah,
waterproof. Now
yeah. Actually,
I think he had like gloves or whatever, or but it's like to keep him warm. That's
I
why
would,
I'm asking that.
I would think it would be first to keep warm,
That's what I'm thinking.
because like that's like a necessity. Like gloves for working is nice, but not like super needed.
Yeah,
Um,
because I never really seen any like Mesopotamian portrayals of people wearing gloves when they're working.
yeah.
Now that could
Uh,
just be an overlooked detail or something, but I get the impression that the only people who were, you weren't exactly trying to throw some gloves on when you're working in hot weather.
yeah, exactly. So I think it was just, you know, probably they would just rather like wrap the tool in like leather or something like that before wearing a glove.
Or they just be like, get good. Get
Yeah.
calluses,
Get
scrub,
calluses.
the Chad slave driver. Mega Chad slave driver. Oh, what? Your blisters are peeling? That's too bad.
Oof. Whoever was the first human to learn agriculture will never know how absolutely revolutionary his discovery will soon be. Will
I'm
soon
sure
be.
he knew it was revolutionary for his
Yeah.
village or tribe or whatever.
It's like, oh look, we're not dying. This is
This is
amazing.
great.
We have so much food. We can have cities with
Yeah.
thousands of people.
And what was that city?
Yeah.
Andrew, what was that city?
Well, it's
Uh,
There's
I think it would be before Ur.
oh,
Same people though.
oh my gosh.
It's in their name.
Okay, because it's the
No,
Akkadians, right? It's not the Akkadians.
those are the Babylonians. They conquered them.
Okay, it's oh my gosh. I can't remember my ancient slash pre-bronze history. Dang it.
Yeah, these guys are like really old.
Yeah,
Have
it's
cuneiformic
oh my
writing.
gosh, it is like right there. The Hittites are later. The
Hittites were those are
much later.
Indo-European also.
Yeah, yeah.
Those guys had bronze or iron.
Oh, really? Yeah. The
Yeah.
yeah, that's right. Um. Oh my gosh.
I want you to get it because you'll feel really dumb if I tell you.
Yeah, I know. So, because you have the Mesopotamians, but that Mesopotamia
They
is a
were
region.
among, yeah, they were in Mesopotamia.
They were in
They were the
Mesopotamia. They were.
first. They were the first people to really get like developed, as
It's,
far as
no-
we know.
it's
Like,
not the Assyrians, right?
no, those are
They're
much later.
later. Yeah. Come on. I I know. I
You
know.
watched me fight them.
Oh, the
No,
Minoans?
I was my own,
You're a Minoan, but you were facing the
and
Assyrians.
no,
You were fighting the Assyrians.
was it Assyrian?
You were fighting the Assyrians.
Oh, you're right. It was the Assyrians. Never mind.
Yeah.
I was playing Age of Empires. Is the context for that.
Yeah,
Andrew
yeah.
watched just the other day.
That was fun. Um okay, you have the
You could do it.
I should know who used cuneiform. I
Well, a lot
learned
of
about
people, the
cuneiform.
Assyrians used cuneiform.
I mean,
as
yeah,
well.
cuneiform was
These
super
guys
popular, but
basically
like,
invented cuneiform.
yeah, the origin of cuneiform. It was. Uh, I keep going to later civilizations like the Nubians, the
It's
Ethiopians.
no, that's all in Africa too.
Yeah, that's further south.
Gilgamesh.
I thought that was. Oh my gosh, it's confusing because I keep thinking Gilgamesh is Akkadian because of the translations. And I
Yeah,
think that we found Akkadian script of it,
yeah,
the translation.
'cause
And so I keep
Babylon-
thinking that they're Akkadian, but they're not. And I'm.
No, it's Gilgamesh. It is this guy, Gilgamesh and Enkidu or whatever.
Yeah, Enkidu.
Enkidu.
Which I think like means from Enki, because Enki is the one who made him and all that. Oh my gosh, this is driving me crazy.
You're so close. I don't want to
God.
tell you because you'll. It sounds like what Conan is.
Oh, Sumerian.
Sumerian.
Sumerians?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
my
the
gosh,
Sumerians.
I always forget how ancient the Sumerians are.
Yeah, they're super ancient.
They're super old. I don't know. Wow, I forgot Sumerians. Good grief.
Yeah, Sumer.
Yeah,
The
Sumer.
city of Sumer. Was
Okay,
the
yeah,
first
that's
place that really had civilized development in the ancient world.
Yeah.
And yeah, so Conan the Cimmerian,
Mhm.
although the actual Cimmerians, their name was actually Cimmerian.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it wasn't pronounced Cimmerian. So Cimmerian is fantasy. Cimmerians were the real historical figures. And they were basically neighbors of the Scythians
Oh, yes.
in territories that are now Russia, but would have been considered at that time, I guess that was considered the region of Armenia, or around, is kind of cohesive to that. Because Armenia used to be a larger territory
Mhm.
than it is nowadays, and located way more eastward too. That's why in the Saxon Chronicles they say the Irish immigrated out of Armenia. They're referring to the Scythian branch of Irish that immigrated to Ireland and integrated, which is proven through genetics. So
That
the
is
Saxon
kinda
Chronicle
crazy.
actually, yeah, it is. That blew my mind when I learned that was actually real. Because you read that in the book from the 400s AD, and you're like, yeah, but that's probably
Is
just
it?
hearsay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably just hearsay. I mean, there's literally like people who are called the sons of Odin or Wotan, meaning they're descendants of a god, and they're kings. They're like these Anglo-Saxon kings or whatever, and it's just like, yeah. But then they have an actual crazy fact.
Yeah.
Like that. Oh, well, didn't see that coming.
It turns out people were actually pretty dang good at writing things down back then.
Yeah. But I mean, you would have never expected it.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, the Irish are partially from Eurasia. Cool. About a third of the gene pool.
That's wow.
Yeah, that's how significant the migration was. But there is remnant of that, I believe. Because people go into, like, there's going to be a lot of context here, but people go into this comparison between insular Celtic languages and Semitic languages
Mm-hmm.
believing that there's probably a connection, which I don't know if there is or isn't. Too hard to say. Um, they do share interesting uh, details, like grammatically conjugate, or yeah, I think it's in the conjugation. I can't remember. And continental Celtic languages don't have those, so who knows why.
Mm-hmm.
But what people falsely try and bring into that as evidence that they have a Semitic connection is they bring in um like Farsi, I think, some
Oh,
sort of
yeah.
Persian, some sort of
Yeah.
Persian language, which Persian languages aren't Semitic, they're Indo-Aryan or Indo-Iranian, which means that they're like a close cousin to Indo-European languages, because we're close cousins, all that stuff.
Yeah.
But the because they point to, I think it's Farsi, because there's like certain vowel or certain verbs that conjugate exactly the same in the two languages, like they are exactly the same, and that I believe can be pointed at the Scythian connection, not a Semitic.
That makes sense.
Because
Yeah.
Persians aren't Semitic. Just because they're in the Middle East doesn't make them Semitic. Semitic specific people. The Semitic languages that are most commonly known are Hebrew, Arabic, and Amharic, which Amharic is Ethiopian.
Oh.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. Favorite remix song? Honestly, anything by Com-Truise. And yes, that is Tom Cruise with the first letters flipped.
Favorite remix. I'm actually not sure. I don't think I frequent remixes all that often. I know I've heard some that I like. We are looking good. This, however, needs to be. Mouth looks funny. Very small amount. This or something. That works better. The languages are fun.
Languages are fun.
History is fun. for the record, I believe that Akkadian
Mhm.
is also a Semitic language,
I believe that is correct. Yeah.
which became no. Dude, what did Aramaic come out of? I think Aramaic came out of Babylon, which Aramaic is a Semitic language. It was the lingua franca of Palestine during time of Christ. So,
Yeah.
in fact, I think there are still communities that practice, like Jewish communities that practice Aramaic
Hmm.
for certain stuff, or have scriptures in Aramaic or something like that.
That
Or
would
maybe
be
that was the Sumerian. Not Sumerians or Cimmerians, but the
Yeah.
Sumerian.
the Samaritan, just to make it more
Or
confusing.
actually Samaritans, but they were
Yeah,
from
Samaritan.
Samaria,
Yeah, that's right.
not Sumeria.
What superpower could be hardest to deal with in real life given to the wrong hands?
X-ray. Wait, hardest to deal. Oh, I thought
To deal with.
for yourself, like who wants X-ray vision, or who wants what do you call telepathy, or
Oh
whatever,
yeah, no, that'd
being
be
able to read
awful.
people's minds.
Oh,
That
that'd
would
be
suck.
horrible. But as far as the question goes, like basically, what would be the worst super villain to deal with? I
Yeah,
suppose.
just
Someone
deal with-
was to go wrong. You think time freeze? That's a good choice. That would be really rough.
I mean, honestly, yeah, time freeze is like the most OP rule breaking
Yeah.
superpower. Like, you can't stop me. And then Batman's like, I've got some BS here that will work.
Let me just throw money at the problem real fast.
There we go. I've developed a temporal prison powered by the Flash. Let me out. No. Shut up.
Go ruin someone else's timeline.
Yeah, it's for the greater good, Steve.
Barry.
Barry. I can't remember. You don't even know my name. Shut up. I know your name.
I think it's Barry. I think that's Flash's name.
I don't know. Maybe Steve's Captain America, right?
Yeah.
Steve something or other.
For some reason, I want to say Steve Rogers. What?
Yep, Rogers. Yeah,
Is it Rogers?
yeah, Steve Rogers.
Oh, that's funny. I was thinking, no, that can't be right because I'm thinking of Todd Rogers.
Who the heck is Todd Rogers?
he's the guy who faked the that time in Dragster for like 20 years.
Oh, oh yeah. But isn't he Billy Mitchell's confidant?
Yeah, they're in the same
Yeah,
crew.
like
So-
like for his court cases and stuff like that, and he was the rep for like his records and stuff, right?
He might have been involved in that. I can't remember.
Was that Todd Rogers or was that another guy?
There's a number of them that are kind of scattered throughout that whole.
It's such a crazy
charade.
thing to
Yeah.
fake. Like, who gives a the Donkey Kong record?
Oh yeah.
Wow. How old is that game?
That game is
45 years old.
Oh my gosh! 1 second. Yeah, it. Wow.
It's something like that. I mean, it's in the 70s, but it's later 70s.
Oops.
People who were-
1981.
81. Oh, okay.
81. So it is what would that like? Yeah, the 80s is 40 years ago. So 42 years old.
Yeah.
Dang.
I mean, keep in mind, people born in 1973 are turning 50.
Wow.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? Like the 70s are that long ago.
That
When
is
I
kind of
was
crazy.
born, the last year of the 70s wasn't even 20 years old. Like, I was born in 92. And so 79 was been like 13. Yeah, 13 years. 1979 was 13 years before I was born. That's why I learned to type on an Apple II in school,
Yeah.
which was made in 1977 or something like that.
Something like that, yeah. I learned to type on an old, I want to say it was an Optiplex or whatever they're called. The old tan towers, the Dell towers.
Oh, really? You learned to type on that?
Yeah, pretty sure.
Because
Well, maybe not type, but like those were the first computers I remember using for those old
okay,
tan
yeah,
Dell towers.
yeah,
Playing
that
like
would have
putt
been
putt on
at
them.
yeah, that would have been at our house. Because the school, they had Macs. They had those colored Macs.
I remember when I was going to elementary school, they had Dell computers. I never
Really?
used
So
the
they
Mac.
had
Yeah,
they had transferred
yeah,
to Dell
yeah,
by that time.
yep.
I remember them having those colored Macs because they had gotten a grant because they were a small school.
Oh yeah,
So they got like these really fancy, brand new Macs that were the like blue case, clear, see through,
yeah,
and
yeah.
green or whatever. Um, See through plastic, man. Oh, we were in the future.
That was the future. Oh my word.
In 64s, we're looking
Nintendo
like
60.
that.
Yep, everything. Controllers, N64s,
Oh
little
yeah,
pocket toys
Game Boy
that you'd
Colors.
have, Game Boy Colors. Oh yeah, no, see-through plastic that was the future. I love it.
Yeah, we thought man, this is crazy looking.
It's like you could see all the circuit boards and
Yeah, that's what I thought.
yeah.
I thought that was really cool. I was like, oh, yeah. They still kind of do that. Like,
Um, I
I
don't know the
mean,
last thing that was like see-through.
well, I've seen like Xbox controllers that are see-through.
Yeah, I guess so. That's true.
But yeah, I mean, people don't do it the same.
Mm.
It just kind of faded. It was a fad. I think they kind of settled on a more solid aesthetic. Like, oh yeah, no, we can make our controllers look good by just making them, a solid color.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, you got to think it was contrasting. The reason those see-through things were so cool looking is all the regular controllers were just gray.
Yeah, for the most part, they were very. It was breaking away from that vintage look, that retro look. Yeah, gotten into that gray and whatnot. Oh man, it was so funny though. I was walking through like a Best Buy, I think, and with some friends of mine, and apparently there is a. It's kind of like a TV. It's really weird. It's kind of stupid. basically it's a picture slash TV, as in like a digital picture. So you can put like art up, and it has like a paper texture on it or whatever. But the important thing is it has wood grain on a flat screen TV. It has a like faux wooden frame. So wood grain's coming back, baby.
Oh my gosh, it's the 80s.
I was amazed to see that. I was like, no way.
Is it made by Magnavox?
I think it was Samsung or something like that.
Oh, it's not legit unless it's Magnavox
Yeah,
or Zenith.
Zenith. That's yeah.
That's what my TV is. But yeah, you're just trying too hard, Samsung.
I mean, it was super expensive, and like, just not really worth it, even as a TV, I think.
That you can display digital art on, or what?
Yeah, it's like intended, like you can use it as a TV, I guess, but yeah, one of its selling points is like it has this like paper texture or this canvas texture kind of look, kind of, and
experiment.
yeah.
I'm looking up who owns Magnavox.
I wouldn't be surprised if they
Philips.
were liquidated a long time ago.
Well, they're owned by Philips.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it says Philips.
Actually,
so
yeah. That
who owns Philips? Royal Philips Electronics. Okay, so Philips is still its own entity. Pretty good, pretty good. Got to admit, getting better all the time. You probably don't remember those commercials.
I remember the jingle.
Yeah, that was Philips.
Oh, that's funny.
I think it was Philips. I don't think it was Panasonic.
I don't remember.
Which I think is that a John Lennon song?
I think so, yeah. Something like that. From that era, for sure. Either that or it's just straight up Beatles.
From that era? What era?
The 70s or 80s or whatever it is.
Oh, that wasn't their slogan in the 70s or 80s.
Well, yeah, but the song is from that.
Yeah. I remember seeing that in like the late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah.
For Philips. And then they made the CDI. Made the Philips CDI, and that was a big mistake.
Yeah, the Philips CDI. Oh.
A lot. I honestly feel like that technology got implemented into DVD.
Well, probably.
Yeah, like, because I don't know if movies still do this to this day, but the menu games,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
that's all the CDI was.
Yeah, basically. Guess the number between 1 and 30? 7. Lucky number 7.
27.
27. Yeah. Higher. 15.
More.
Man, when I learned that that was like an actual line from the movie, I was like, no way they did the 20-year-old meme as an actual line from the movie.
I know.
That's all I think about is just the more guy.
I think about, yeah, and it makes me think about that guy at the wrestling match who was just like,
What was that? I missed that.
the guy at the wrestling match. So, because the more guy, he's at like a WWE or whatever
Yeah, yeah.
match in the audience, and then, but it also makes me think about another guy in an audience. There's a GIF of this guy. He's like got his hands on his face, and he's just like, oh yeah.
25.
I was so close. Wait, was that the number, or was that what you guessed?
That's what I'm guessing.
Oh, okay.
30. I'm gonna go straight for 30.
But it said between 30.
It did say between, so we're gonna see if Taxi is honoring his word or not. Okay. 27. Uh, 29. Basically, I have to have a 50-50 chance.
All right, we're on to the final. No.
I get a virtual high five. Heck yeah. So in short, you did honor your word. It was in between 1 and 30.
Excellent. And we're gonna do this. Oops. Eh. Eh. Do some there. orange. Oops. And Let's go a little bigger. Yeah, I can do that later. Not been saying much because I'm really trying to get this face right.
Yeah, that happens.
It's an important one. We try and make every panel is important. Dang it. Lift it up.
Put drama in every panel.
Yeah, put some drama in every panel. Nothing is a passing panel, as I call it. It's just put there for the sake of being put there.
Ugh. Come on, YouTube.
Come on, YouTube.
Okay, so you're stuck in the desert for 14 hours with no water and no sense of where to find help. A genie spawns and offers you a deal. If you make it out alive, you get fame and fortune and 14 years of good luck. Or you can get a 20-liter gallon of water, clean water, and 6 cans of tomato soup.
You say I'm stuck in the desert for 14 hours?
You've already been there for 14 hours. You've already, I guess,
Oh,
drank
I
all of your
see.
water.
I see.
And
Thought
so
there
this
was
genie
time
comes
limit
up.
between being in the desert.
Yeah,
Like,
no. Well, I don't know how to survive in a desert without water and food and whatnot, so I would have to go with the food and water.
What
to
desert?
At least, that's important as well.
What desert is it? Out in the desert. Oh no, got to drink my own pee.
Not
Bear Grylls.
something you want to
Bear
do,
Grylls
by the way.
kind of turned Australian there. No! 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 Oh no! Well, there we go. Look at that. I do believe we have a colored page. All right. Well, look at that. We got one. Oh, wrong. What's the next one? Smiling.
Favorite YouTuber? Summoning Salt's up there. I really enjoy Summoning Salt.
I mean, is this like the person or the channel?
I'm gonna say the channel.
My favorite YouTube channel is 80s Commercial Vault. Love me some 80s Commercial Vault.
That is a good channel. Yeah, he's looking for the channel.
Yeah. Man, I've been watching 80s Commercial Vault for a long time. Like, super long time. Holy cow. Actually, not sure. I feel like since 2016.
Dang.
Yeah, no, it's been a long time. I remember working on... Oh, good grief. Was I working on the thumbnails for this comic?
How old is that comic?
Oh, this comic?
Yeah, it's like, what, 2017, 2018?
No. Yeah, dude, no. This comic is,
Wait, which comic is it?
this is, The Legend of Zelda.
Oh, okay. I thought it was the Batman comic.
No. That is 2018.
Yeah.
Or no, 2019. I was working on it when I lived here. 2020? Might be 2020. Yeah, it's between
Really?
2020 and 2021. Yeah.
Huh. I thought it was later than that.
Yeah, it was Christmas 2020. I thought it was a little earlier, but no, that's. But yeah, no, this comic, the first script, like the first bit of writing I did for this comic was,
Yeah, that goes back there.
11 years ago. 10 or 11 years. I first started writing this when I was still living at home, when I was like 19 or 20 or something like that. And then it sat for a long time until around 2018, I suppose. I kind of dusted it off and was like, hey, this is cool. And you mostly used it as practice. So yeah, this is mostly a practice comic.
Yeah.
Thumbnailing and all that stuff. I miss thumbnailing. I need a project. I'm going to be working on some stuff here. Thumbnailing is so much fun. Okay, so I'm going to leave this that way. I'm done. which I don't know if I want to. Oh yeah, my thumbnails are done. Kind of goofy. For this series, anyway.
This isn't a very good hand. Let's redo that.
And we'll get to go on to this one. And I'd have to finish up penciling this. But for now, we're done with this project today. We got another page done. And I think it looks pretty good.
Are they about to do a 1 million subscriber face reveal? Referring to our favorite channels? Somebody saw. I know he streams, but I don't know if he streams with a face cam. He already has 1 million subscribers, that's for sure.
I don't think 80's commercial vault is anywhere near. I think he has like 70,000 subscribers. When I first found that channel, it was like 17,000 subscribers or something. I can't remember.
Oh, you meant it as a joke as to what I was drawing? Nah, he's not the one doing the face reveal. That's this guy down here. So that'll happen eventually, but for now.
Look at this, folks. We got 8 pages inked out of 23. Woo! 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 And we only have 10.5 pages penciled.
Fun.
Yeah.
Man, inking always takes longer than I hope.
Inking? That depends. I'm doing like a lot of cross hatching and stuff. Then, even that doesn't seem to add that much more than penciling. I feel like penciling takes a while.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Coloring also takes a bit of time. I mean, it all takes time.
Yeah.
All right, so on to, I don't know, let's just
I think that this
draw.
is better.
Let's do practice drawing.
Yay!
'Cause I haven't actually done any practice drawing in a while.
Same, actually. That would be good to do.
Gonna be like this. Problems. There we go. That's more pepper.
Okay.
There we go. Ah, good grief. This is always weird. This is always weird. Do. This person kind of a collar thing.
Well, the history there in their taxi should give some light because soccer is the same thing as football. You know all that history, don't you, Joel?
What are we talking about exactly?
Basically where the term soccer comes from.
Yeah, it comes from clubs. I think they were like university clubs or something like that. It comes from associated or something like that, or social. I can't remember the social clubs, soccer clubs or something like that. My original thought was it was a derivative of Silkum, which basically means like you in Anglo-Saxon.
Oh, that's funny.
Which is where we get sock, I think. But but no, it's something to do with the club. So it actually is an English, like England term. It's archaic, but like all things that fall out of style over there, it remained over here. Like us calling Irish Gaelic is another example of that. It's like, well, that's what we inherited as, so shut up. We got it as soccer from you guys.
Yeah.
Well, here's another little thing that is kind of annoying that I think people need to get their perspective on. With the whole thing where it's like, oh, you don't use English correctly. The British being like, well, we created English, so this is how it's supposed to be, blah, blah, blah. Truth of the matter, we created English too. We all have the same ancestors. Like,
Yeah.
we certainly have the same ancestors. Not everyone's English, obviously, but we are, and a lot of people in America are English. So it comes down to, yeah, we invented English too. We're all coming from the same source.
Wish there was one revolutionary language, like a universal language. Pros, there would be no.
lame.
Yeah, yeah. He's saying there wouldn't be music from other languages. Other music in other languages is really cool.
It's kind of like, you got to think of it kind of like a situation with AI. The prompt, if it was all one language prompt for humankind, things wouldn't be. There wouldn't be as much perspective and creativity, probably. You know.
Yeah.
Because I mean, there's a lot of like mental organization that goes into how you think in a different language.
Yeah, exactly. For sure.
So then you approach a fundamental situation slightly differently, or whatever, you know. That or something.
Oh, so something as a side at work, alongside some of my coworkers, we did some pottery stuff, and it might be a little hard to see, but I made the mask from this series, and I like how it came out.
You did pottery?
Yeah, it was actually a lot of fun to get back into. It'd been a while since I'd done sculpting.
Ceramics is fun.
Yeah, but I really like how it came out. I did sculpting in university as well. That was fun.
I did it in high school.
I made Skeletor for one of my projects. That was fun.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. Just as I had to do a skull study. And we had to do just a regular skull, a textured skull, and then I think a whatever you wanted to skull or something like that. I was like, oh, I'm making Skeletor. Came out really good. I had a lot of fun. That was a fun class.
Yeah, I really enjoyed my time ceramic.
I'd go in late at night into the room, the sculpting room, put on some Hey Arnold and just sculpt for like 3 hours.
Yeah, I couldn't do that. Mine was in high school.
Yeah.
Although in photography, me and my friend would watch Gumby. So that was fun.
Of course.
Heck yeah, Gumby. I don't know if anyone knows, like is Gumby still in kind of the public eye?
I think people, if you showed them Gumby, they'd be like, "Oh yeah, that's Gumby," but they wouldn't know like what he is, you know.
Well, I don't even know what he is. But...
Well, yeah, but they wouldn't know he's like from a TV show or
a series.
A series, yeah, series of films, shorts, and all that.
Yeah, I love Gumby.
Oh, yeah, Gumby's great.
I watched it all the time when I was a little kid. All right. Oh, it's 8.
Is it now? I only got 2 panels done again. What the heck? I feel better though. I'm still getting used to drawing the character, especially from these perspectives, but I feel better today, which is nice. Yeah, we're probably gonna wrap up here. Probably just finish out this panel a little bit more. And then call it a night.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Oh yeah, no, it definitely helps to have a little bit of company there, Taxi. That's why we do this, and we really appreciate you for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah. Let's see here. Maybe one of these days we'll have some friends for you to meet in the audience, but for now, just a nice chill.
Someday you'll have a little brother or sister that you can play with.
Something like that.
I want a little brother.
I want a little brother. All right, let's see here. I need to do striped things on his coat.
Striped.
Striped pants.
And this guy's got a little rocket boost here. So, rocket.
This guy has a stripe on his jacket. Or his poncho, whatever
His paunch.
it is. Yeah.
The Adventures of Batgirl and Rockethead.
What?
This is a little practice illustration I made. And it's not like DC's Batgirl, it's a girl holding a bat
Oh, I see.
from an extreme perspective. So,
This panel's come out pretty good, actually. Hand's kind of funny, but whatever. It works.
Man, standing here.
Right. What type of light from a light bulb do you prefer, white light or yellow light? I like white light more. Yellow light's too... I don't know. It just looks too artificial, too harsh. White light at least is honest. Truth be told, I like a slightly more blue light. Which is actually why I have my light set to blue right now.
Red light. Like you're in a submarine.
Actually, I can set my light to red.
Red light's easier on your eyes.
That is true. That is very true.
I think white. There was a time when I was in high school, we were in a room that had a ton of light fixtures.
Oh yeah, I remember you telling me about that.
Like, it was way too many. And it actually gave me a migraine. I had a migraine that day. And I think, and I didn't really know what a migraine was, but looking back, like, oh yeah, that was a migraine. And my teacher, I think he was really concerned because I was just like unable to do anything. Shortly thereafter, because he was planning on doing this anyway, he removed a lot of the lights because it was a small classroom. I think it had like 15 light fixtures.
Good grief.
Yeah, it was absurd. It didn't make any sense. So we had like 5. We like cut it down to a third. And then that never happened again. It was also a really white room. And this was the class I was in was alternative energies. So we learned about windmills and all sorts of power sources and blah blah blah. But yeah, so it's kind of fitting that he took those lights out because he was planning on doing that in the first place. But yeah, way too many. Good grief. That sucked. That wasn't fun.
Migraines aren't fun.
Yeah, migraines. It was an ocular migraine too.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever had a proper migraine. Probably at some point.
Well, I mean, I'd call what I went through a proper migraine. I mean, it made me sick.
Yeah, yeah.
And one of my eyes was all blurry and my head just hurt super bad and I was not feeling good.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever had anything like that.
Well, that's the only time I've ever had it like that. And I blame the lights. Because there were 15 fixtures of fluorescent bulbs. And they were, like 2 bulbs a fixture or whatever they have.
Yeah, yeah. 2 or 3.
Yeah, that's 30. At least 30 bulbs in that one room. It was so bright. I mean, you'd sit there. Oh.
Man, that reminds me of a video I watched about a guy who stuck his head into a particle accelerator.
The particle accelerator,
Yeah. Experienced a flash of light that was, as he describes, brighter than 1,000 suns. Like, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pretty incredible that he survived.
Really is, because that was a lot of like it was ionizing the air.
Yeah. No, it was a lot of energy. It was a lot of radiation.
That went through his head.
Yeah. Crazy. But on that cheerful note,
Don't stick your head in a particle accelerator.
Yeah. Don't stick your head in the microwave and give yourself a tan. That's not something you should do. That being said, we probably should finish this up before we get demonetized, even though we aren't even monetized.
We aren't talking about stuff that doesn't demonetize.
I would hope not. Final question. Okay, Taxi's got one more question for us before we go.
All right.
Let's see what he's got. What should be cured first, cancer or Alzheimer's / dementia? Cancer, because Alzheimer's and dementia are really bad, but cancer is, I think, more. It can affect like so much more in terms of like just root. So if you cure cancer, then you're curing a lot of problems. Alzheimer's is
Yeah.
very much a mental thing. So
Well, I mean, so Alzheimer's actually is pretty bizarre because there are several causes. There can be like a circulatory cause,
interesting.
which is probably what our grandpa has.
Oh yeah.
But the interesting thing about, or the other thing that's interesting is the root of a lot of Alzheimer's cases, if not all, is viral infection.
Interesting.
And our grandpa did get a viral infection.
Yeah.
Before he started developing symptoms of Alzheimer's and dementia. He had it was a really weird infection. It actually attacked his nervous system. And so that's also kind of rooted in that stuff. So it would be, you know, obviously, it just, they're so different.
Yeah, honestly.
That one, I don't think can be prioritized above the other. But
Well, certainly not in the actual space, but
yeah, but
a
getting
cure for cancer would be
nice.
Really good. Yeah.
Let's put St. Jude's out of business.
I think.
I mean,
they'd
happily go out of business.
Yeah. And then, for me personally, I would like to see a cure for colitis, Crohn's, and stuff like that, because that's a bad one. But even that one's interesting though, because if you find a cure for that one, you're finding a cure for autoimmune issues, and that would be, oh my word, that would be a huge thing to find.
So the interesting thing is to approach cures for these is you have to look at developing the correction in another area rather than, hey, what can effectively destroy a tumor? Well, yeah, that's the, what would you call it?
Symptom.
I mean, well, that would be a cure, but like what a vaccine. Well, a vaccine is a preventative measure.
Yeah.
Actually. But still, it, for Alzheimer's, it's like looking at how to protect against viral infections that affect the nervous system. For Crohn's and colitis, protecting against autoimmune issues.
Yeah.
Preventing that entirely. And then for cancer, like what the heck causes these cells to become immortal?
Yeah.
And that's where you start with because there are treatments for, I think, all of those actually, but
yes, yeah,
but that's not what we're talking about.
No, treatment is not a cure.
Treatment's not a cure. You got to look at the preventative side of it, and that's where it gets really difficult.
Yeah,
we don't understand how things correlate to one another entirely.
Yeah, it's a lot of genetics and stuff like that. Just the makeup itself. How does that interact? How does that go wrong? That's one of the biggest things to fight, and it's a tough fight for sure. But anyway, we're gonna wrap up here. That was a good end question there. Got some interesting discussion going. But yeah, we're gonna wrap it up. We'll be back on Tuesday to be doing some more comment page stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And I'll definitely be on to the next page, if not the even next page, either this page or this page. So yeah.
All right. See you guys.
Catch ya.